You're live, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Good afternoon, and welcome to our Douglas County Fire and EMS Committee meeting. Today is March 1st, 2022, and we are meeting via Zoom. Certainly, I would call this meeting to order and start with actually myself, part of the roll call, and then I will pivot to Commissioner Guider, and then I would like the rest of the members to announce yourself and presence as well. Dr. Ramona Jackson-Jones, I am the chairman of the Fire and EMS Committee.
And Jones Guider, vice chair.
Frederick Perry, Deputy County Administrator.
Patrick Gallivant, Fire Chief. Douglas County.
Miles Allen, Deputy Chief Operations.
Do we have any other members?
John Reed, Terminus.
Yes, okay. Do we have Rosalind Miller on here?
Yes, good afternoon, Rosalind Miller, Finance Director.
Okay, all right. And then we have Dr. Michelle Allen on here sitting in for Tiffany Stewart Stanley per our Assistant County Administrator's request. She's sitting in, but she will definitely just be here just listening today. She will not vote. All right. Again, thank you again. We need to start off with approval of our minutes. As if everyone had an opportunity to look at the minutes from February 1st, 2022. Our committee members, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the February 1st, 2022 meeting minutes?
So move.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion about any of the items within the minutes? Okay. Certainly what I'll do is start off by indicating Ramona Jackson-Jones. I say yes to approve the minutes.
And Jones Guider, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Frederick Perry, yes.
Roderick Gallivant, yes.
Miles Allen, yes.
Pablo Vigo, yes.
Rosalind Miller, yes.
And Mr. Reed, are you yes? Well, maybe he stepped away, but we do have
Yes.
Okay, there you are. Yes. We have a unanimous vote of 8, I believe, and the motion carries. Okay, certainly, Fire Chief Gallivant, I yield to you at this moment to move the agenda along today, and thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, I'd like to thank Madam Chair, Board of Commissioners, and Joan Guider, Deputy County Administrator, and also Dr. Michelle Allen for sitting in for Tiffany Stewart Stanley, and also to our distinguished panel members and guests, and also to the citizens. Thank you for allowing us to serve you. We'll dive right into it. Our old business items, we have 3 items. One is talking about Station 1. We have some renovation that we're working on to get Station 1 up and going. And we also getting that station ready for the acceptance of a new ladder truck. So we are working with the contractors, getting the vendors in line so we can get that station up and going. And we're planning, tentatively, we're planning a wash down back-end ceremony for the end of April. It may be sooner, it just depends on how everything goes. It will involve the Lithia Springs Senior Center members. We're excited about that. Give our seniors something to look forward to. But we will be sending out information as it becomes available. Station 4, the Fair Play renovation project is, we have the quote in from the contractors, and right now we're reviewing everything, and we have a meeting set up for Friday so we can move forward with the process, which will be one of all the details, and then present it to the board and committee, so we can get this project on the go. Right now, we're looking at all the,
Chief, excuse me just one second. I hear some background noise. If everyone who's not speaking, if you could mute your mics, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
okay.
You have the floor.
Right
Mhm.
now, the committee involving the deputy chiefs and the contractors and all our splice personnel are looking at the proposal that has been sent out. And we're just reviewing it, making sure that it meet all the requirements. And we're excited about it. I mean, it's well overdue. Also, Commissioner Guider, we looked into your concern about that we have temporary housing already established from the Bill Art renovation, state renovation. And after talking to James Worthington and Mr. Gable, they weren't able to confirm we had anything that the county had purchased for temporary housing. But temporary housing is built into the contractor's proposal, which will take care of the needs of the firefighters and everything that once that renovation starts. But right now, we're just looking at the proposal so we can get it moved on that so y'all can take a look at it and decide what we're going to do with it. But we're excited about it, and even the community has been worried about us doing some renovation out there. So everybody's excited about that. Station 9, everything is still on the upward stand on it.
Yes, sir. They live right, matter of fact, they live about a half mile up the road.
If everyone could just please mute your mics, please. I think Jack, there you go.
Okay.
You can, there you
Yeah,
go.
Station 9, nothing has changed. We're waiting on the legal to go ahead and release everything. I think it's already pretty much done. We're just waiting on the final word on that to get the architect and get the survey work done. Station 11, we're still waiting on, we have a temporary fix on the sewer system out there. We're waiting on the contractors to finish up. C.W. Matthews to finish up. He got extension to May. Once he finished, we're able to tie into the sewer lines and get that work done for the turnaround for the vehicles. So that's mainly the same information, but we did get that proposal, like I said, from Station 4. Are there any questions about the station renovations and projects? Okay.
Okay, no questions, except I just had a comment regarding 4.
Yes, ma'am.
When do you think the start date? What does the start date? Maybe I missed it.
They're still looking at early summer.
Oh, early summer. Okay.
Getting that started. Once they get they've done all the legwork as far as the drawings and material costs, things like that. We just need we're gonna meet Friday to go over those timelines and get that project brought forward so we can get it approved so we can move forward with it. So
Okay.
we have more information on it, but we're moving it forward.
Okay. Did the drawings include some renovation to the basement area as well, or I'm hoping?
They did. It was mainly covering that basement up and having it for future use of other projects. We'll be submitting that real soon. And like I said, just proposed. We may want to make some changes to it, but it's not going to stop the timeline of the project.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Chief,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the estimated time on Station 11, the sewage completion?
Of course, we have the temporary in place, but we can't really move forward with the time to the regular lines until the construction work is finished with C.W. Matthews. And he just recently got an extension. He's supposed to been done in November of 2021, but he was given an extension to finish up that construction work in that area. So right now we got a temporary fix on the sewer system, and but once that's done, we're able to get all the clearance to go ahead and do that turnaround up there at Station 11. it's been on the agenda for a long time. Before I came here, I remember y'all talking about it, get things set up. Yeah, so that project is about completed. They're just finishing up all the fine details on before we can actually get approval to go ahead and start doing what we need to do. I think it was a language issue with the with our attorneys and their attorneys, so they kind of just said, we'll just wait till he finishes up if we can go ahead and go in there and tie into the sewer system and get that project finished. And that project is basically the turnaround instead of the drive-through bay. Instead of pulling up and backing into the station, they'll be just drive through.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a help for safety and all that stuff out there at station level. But I'll get, as we get updates, I'll get more information. Mr. Terry Gables was keeping me informed on it. He said that they got an extension to May. So as y'all know, the way time moving, May's right around the corner. So hopefully we'll be able to get some action on it soon. All right. Any other questions for the station wise? Okay, we'll move on to new vehicles. Deputy Chief Allen will talk about our new Medic 8 and also the engine of the truck. Bring some update on that.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, citizens. As the county grows, the fire department is growing also. We're moving in a positive direction. Just recently, we got the new ladder truck in, and that ladder truck is being housed at the Lithia Springs Station, Fire Station number 1. Just recently, we had the ceremony for Med 8, and Medic 8 is going to be housed at Fire Station number 8, which is on the west side, closer to the Villa Rica line. Deputy Chief Phillips and a crew is down in Florida looking at another vehicle, and we'll have some information on that at a later date as a timeline as when that's going to be ready and delivered. So right now we're moving forward with our vehicles. We're moving forward with the training for the vehicles, and we're in a very good and positive position right now. Chief?
All right, I want to add just a couple more things to that engine. That engine, as Chief Allen was saying, they're doing a final inspection on it, and it's going to be a Pierce engine, and it's actually going to be at Station 8. So we'll have Station 8 with a new engine and a new medical ambulance there, and we'll begin with Commissioner Guider, because that's her area, to officially welcome that engine with a wash down, wet down. So we're excited about it. We're ahead of schedule, but we have a lot of work to do for us getting the equipment, getting all the graphics done. But it will be going to our Station 8 station, and the citizens out there will not only have a new ambulance, they have a new engine. So we're excited about that. Commissioner Guider, I know you're smiling. I see you behind the scenes smiling there. But anyway, that's the update on vehicles. Any questions on that? Well, moving right along, we'll go to the AMT paramedic. Deputy Chief Lugo going to give us some information on the AMT paramedic. Deputy Chief Lugo, are you on?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. As you know, we got big plans for the fire department moving forward, and that includes some change of focus in our hiring. We started focusing on AEMTs and paramedics and pushing that real hard. As you know, paramedics are a rare commodity nowadays, but I am happy to report that we hired 2 new paramedics last week. We got another one starting next week. So that's a good thing. And we're also pushing for AEMTs, and have already had several applications on that. We've been looking in the community and through job sites like Indeed for those. So moving forward with AEMTs and paramedics, slowly but surely making progress.
I'd like to thank Ms. Rosalind Miller for helping us with our getting our incentive program, the details worked out. Thank you, Board of Commissioners, for voting to help us with our incentive for those recruiting more EMTs and paramedics. And also, we have a new paramedic starting in April. So the paramedics they are coming to Douglas County, and it's all because of good benefits and good environment. So, any questions, paramedic or EMT?
Yes, Chief, with the incentives and everything, is there a required number of years they have to work here in Douglas County? Or is there a clawback clause where if they don't?
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you asked that question, Commissioner Guider. What we decided to do on it is do a bonus, a monthly bonus, so they'll kind of get the bonus as they go, and that way we're not tied to having to have a contract with them, what have you. But they'll get incentive each month. So each month they work, they'll get incentive up until a certain amount, and that way it's kind of a good fit for everyone. Don't have to worry about time to agreement or nothing like that. So they seem to be happy with it.
Okay.
They wouldn't get anything up front other than just a monthly incentive. Ms. Roslyn, are you on, Ms. Roslyn?
Yes, Chief, I am.
Can you speak about that incentive so the public can know what we're talking about, what we're doing?
Yeah, and we like to call it like a supplemental pay. That so it's not really a bonus, but it's just a supplemental pay, and it is to incentivize the employees, and so they will receive it each pay period, and it will be labeled incentive pay on their pay
For 2 years.
Yes, as long as they're with fire and EMS.
Okay.
And it's only available from year to year. If the budget or something happen, we'll have to honor anything. It's just depending on make sure we have the funding for it. That's why another reason why we don't really want a contract or some type of agreement that's gonna bind us. All right, any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Roslyn.
Oh, well, not a problem, Chief.
If no other questions, we'll move on to our new business items. We have anonymous donation, and we'll have Ms. Jenny Eschenberg will present that.
Good afternoon. We received back in, I believe it was late December, early January, an anonymous donation in the amount of $5,000. The check is currently being held for us in finance, and the donator has requested that all communications just refer to them as an anonymous donator. And we just want to make sure that this is approved by the Board of Commissioners, that we receive it.
So we'd like to, at this point, make a motion to take it to the Board of Commissioners for a vote for approval to receive the $5,000 anonymous donation.
I make that motion that we accept the $5,000 anonymous donation to the fire department.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion, committee members? We have a motion and a second. Certainly, I'll start off by saying Mona Jackson Jones, yes.
And Jones Geiger, yes.
Frederick Perry, yes.
Roderick Golovic, yes.
Miles Allen, yes.
Pablo Miller, yes.
Rosalind Miller, yes.
And okay, we have, I think I heard him. We have a unanimous vote to move this item forward to the Board of Commissioners to accept a $5,000 anonymous donation, and the motion carries. So thank you all. Chief, do you have the floor again?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I got a little excited about that anonymous. I got ahead of myself. Thank you. Yes. COVID-19 update, we have Stacy Farmer is going to present that right quick, followed by our E911 update, EMA update.
Good afternoon, everybody. Our COVID numbers, we're still considered in a high transmission rate. For the last 2 weeks, we've been running about 9.7%. 10% is considered high. When you compare that to January's rate of 26%, we've had a significant decrease. Our county's running about 50% on the vaccination rates, and our staff, we've only had one person in the month of February that was on any type of COVID protocol. So that's really, really good news. So hopefully we'll continue to trend downward.
Anybody want to add anything to that? Questions for Ms.
Chief,
Farmer?
I had a comment, certainly with the CDC new mask mandate that's recently been released. What is our medical physician saying, Dr. Fowler? Has he provided any guidelines for the fire department now?
Basically, we just been following the CDC guidelines, and Stacy, have he had any updates? You know, Dr. Fowler?
No, but I know when we went down the last couple of times, we've just been following that same process. So our personnel are still wearing appropriate PPE based upon whatever contact precautions they have. I don't know that that will change anytime in the near future. Just we're going from COVID, but we've also got some flu that's going around also. So masking for our personnel when they're around patient care will probably continue for quite some time, I'm afraid.
Oh no, I'm happy. You know, that's my background, healthcare. I just needed to hear it from you all. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't know if the doctor, the physician, and I had two different opinions, but seems like we landed on the same idea that we need to keep asking. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Any thoughts, Commissioner Guider? Certainly, I know. I just because they're around patients and a lot of citizens. She said no thoughts. Okay, Chief, I yield back to you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, and like Stacy was saying, a lot of times our patient immune system is compromised, so we try to make sure we protect them, go the extra step to protect them, not only ourselves, but that's what we try to make sure we do. E911 update. Director Harley, are you on this morning, this afternoon?
I am. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Commissioner Guider, Deputy County Administrator Perry, and citizens of Douglas County. So your E911 Center, we had a recent cutover to Viper 911, which is our text to 911. We actually enhanced the system. And so that is up and running in both the 911 center and also in the backup center. It is always the preference to call 911 so that the operators can obtain more information and pass that information on to responding units. And also during the last meeting, I know it was brought up regarding how that information will be relayed to the citizens. And so since that time, a press release was done by our communications director, and we appreciate that. We also had an article that ran in the Douglas County Sentinel last weekend. Well, weekend before last, I'm sorry, my apologies. And also social media. So those three communication formats were used to get that information out to the public. And just to iterate, it is definitely always the preference to call 911 because more information can be obtained and calls can be readily updated for our responding units. Also, just today we had a vote on a contract renewal with Carbine C Live Universe for Next Generation 911. That's also a system that we already have in the 911 center. Carbine C Live Universe provides location updating through the use of a link that is sent out to our callers if they don't know their location. to provide us permission to be able to track that location for responding units. If I were to just provide an example of how it works almost like breadcrumbs being tracked from location to location, and that it works land, air, and water. We're in the process of continuing to work on a dynamic National Telecommunicators Week. National Telecommunicators Week is observed April 10th through the 16th, 2022. And so we're excited about that because that is just a way to say thank you to the telecommunicators for a job well done in their role in this in public safety. And then lastly, we're in the process of hiring communications officer trainees. We expect to have some individuals starting with us on Monday and then on the 21st. And that's it for 911.
Any questions or comments, 911? I have one question, Director Harley. The term, the first responder, what is that term for the citizens? First responder.
So, Chief, many times 911, of course, is that first line when someone has an emergency. They're going to call their 911 system first to activate the responders, and so that's why 911 is often considered the first responder in that regard, because that's the first line that someone needing help will actually initiate and activate in obtaining that help.
Thank you, Director Harley.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Well,
Thank
you. We'll move
Thank
on
you.
to EMA update.
Yes, sir.
Director Holland.
We are, I'll be meeting with one of our vendors on boat planning about seeing what if we could bring back them in to help us the continuity of operation plan updates, and see if they can still give me the price they did last year, and see if we can bring that in to get some of our different departments that have a continuity of operation plans, get them updated, get all these, some of the personnel that changes that we've had over the last 2 years, make sure everybody's, all the right pieces are in there. I think that'll be important. And so hopefully we can get that going smoothly. So looking forward to that. Get that those plans updated. We did advertise starting today for the new EMA position. It's out there, so hopefully that'll help some of the planning stuff go more smoothly. Also, have another set of eyes on that and some different initiatives in the EMA. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that person on board. And we also, like I said, also just a reminder, tomorrow is the month, first Wednesday of the month. That's the month that 911 and EMA test the weather sirens at 12 noon. So that'll be our monthly siren test, scheduled test tomorrow at noon. And trying to think of anything else. I believe that's it. Been trying to catch up on doing some different training, just doing some trainings, keeping current on current events in EMA, trying to go back and take some trainings and do some more leadership trainings and stuff. So I've been working on that over the last month also.
Thank you, Ms. Mahal. Any questions or comments?
I just have one comment for Director Holland. It's just if you could speak to the success of the hazard mitigation plan.
Yes, we got reimbursed, I believe, a few weeks ago from FEMA for the update on it. I think the plan total cost was like $25,000. We got back 19,000, I think 500 or somewhere in that neighborhood, reimbursement from FEMA, and that's one of our most important emergency operations plans that we have, because it deals with it has effects on throughout the county for multiple departments. So that's an extremely important, and it's updated every 5 years. It'll be time to It'll be time to renew that again in about 4 more years, and we actually expect about 2 years to update one. So we get about 1.5 years, 2 years off, then we start again. We also have to go back and make sure and review things during in the middle of those projects, in the middle of the renewal process. So we don't just wait 5 years and never look at the plan. We want to keep it current and make any changes so when the next update comes, it goes smoothly, and we know where we are with our projects and the plans, and make sure we're following our recommendations best we can.
So, Director Milholland, as a citizen, where can I find that plan? Is it online or is it?
You can get the copies at James Worth and at Development Service. You can get a copy of it at my office. If you email, we can get a PDF form. We'd be glad to provide it. And also, we could probably work on getting it updated, put on the county website on the EMA page. I think the old plan's on there. We do that. We just got to be careful. There's some critical infrastructure information on there. So you have to kind of vet that stuff out before you post it up, because some of the information in the critical infrastructure stuff is a little bit sensitive and also the open records. But there is a lot of stuff that can be provided and the public may find useful. And it was originally up when we did the open comments up, so it should not be a big issue to get it posted back on the EMA site.
Excellent. Any other comments or questions for Director Milholland? Alrighty.
Chief, if you would, I just have one question for our director of E911, and I know you had asked and had something that slipped my mind. Director Carly, we certainly again welcome aboard, and certainly you've worked in other counties, and you said you had an opportunity you shared with me about the sophistication of our equipment here in Douglas, which was really encouraging. And so if you could just speak a little bit about just what you've had an opportunity to observe and evaluate since you've been here the last month or so. And certainly it was good music to my ears. So if you could share with our committee and the citizens of Douglas County.
Yes, ma'am. I am very, very pleased with the technology in our 911 center. One of the things that is huge is we have a fully functional backup center, and so that's amazing for our citizens. That means that if something were to happen to our 911 center that we are currently located in, we have another 911 center where we will still be able to field those emergency calls to ensure that the citizens are still receiving services. And so all of the technology that is located in our 911 center here is also in our backup 911 center as well, including the recent enhanced text to 911 service. So that's wonderful. We have several different mapping systems in our 911 center, and our technology is just top notch. And I have to give kudos to the staff here. The operations chief has done a wonderful job with just ensuring that we stay up to date with our technology in our center, and it's just very pleasing for our county.
Thank you so much, Director Harlan. Okay, I'll yield back to you, Chief.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you again, E911 Director and EMA Director. We'll move on to, let me go back one quick thing. I was happy to report that we received the draft copy of the RFP for our new ladder truck. We're very excited to get the proposals out there and get that ladder truck started before it's being manufactured. So we want to make sure we put that out there, that we're very happy to today. Continue to move that project progress forward. The new ladder truck that was wrecked out on Highway 20 back in 2019. Moving on to personnel update, Ms. Paula Austin. Can you take that piece for us? Personnel update.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the citizens of Douglas County. I'd like to say that Currently, the fire department has 29 total open positions. 15 of those are paramedic positions, to which we've hired 3 full-time paramedics. They will start on March 7th, March 21st, and April 4th. And that's just about it, Chief.
Okay, so the numbers are going down. The
Mhm.
numbers are going down. We're excited. We're getting we got a couple more interviews this week with the AEMTs and also a paramedic. So we're excited about that. And we had numbers as high as 40 something. Now we're down to 29. So most people are increasing their need for top-notch people in the medical field, and we're decreasing ours so we get some good help in. And I will address that later down the road, what's causing all that. Any questions for Ms. Austin on personnel updates? All right, well, we'll go to our next item, which is called the Citizens Corner. We decided to always put our citizens first. So we have a section here called Citizen Corner, and Ms. Jody Newton is going to speak quickly on that. Jody, are you available?
Yes, good afternoon. So in the last couple of weeks, we had a Douglas County resident call in about our EMT team members and their performance on a call to his residents. He has advised that all of our team members that showed up were very courteous, professional, and a sterling example of what an EMT should be.
As a result, what do we do about that? We do this all the time, 24/7. We give that top-notch service. How do we address this issue?
So we had wrote up we wrote up some papers, appreciation letters to our team members, the EMT team, to let them know what he had said about them, how great they were doing. And then we sent him a letter as well to thank him and tell him that we appreciate him and his thoughtfulness for our team.
Thank you. Like I said, it's just something that we're doing. This is something that our board of commissioners and our deputy county administrators, they always tell our employees how great they're doing, and now the citizens are saying it as well, echoing it. So it's just it takes a village, everybody working together. So we'll be doing this periodically, and we just thank our citizens, thank our employees for doing what they do to take care of each other. Any questions?
Chief, if I could, first off, congratulations to the gentlemen who have been appropriately recognized. I just want to make sure that a copy of whatever it is you give to them, as well as probably a copy of that email, is made available to the Human Resources Department so that we can put it in their personnel file.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Director. Harry, we will definitely do that. Any other questions or comments on our citizen corner? All right, we'll move on to ambulance billing. Ms. Paula will tell us a little bit about our ambulance billing update on our billing.
Good afternoon. I'm going to say this report for Melissa. She's out today. For the month of February, we had a total of 1,305 responses and 699 transports, averaging 46 transports a day. Comparing with the previous month, we had an average of 150 less transports this month, a decrease of 17%. We also had over 500 less transports this month than the month of January, a decrease of 31%. We brought in over $219,000. With this, our total current revenue for our ambulance billing is over $493,000 so far for the year.
So we're nearly $500,000 so far collected for our fees. So, and then also our responses are down, which is good. You know, I mean, our community is being, they're safer, they're doing things. They're paramedicine to take care of themselves. So we're happy about that. Those calls are coming down. Any questions or comments for the ambulance building? Thank you, Ms. Paula. We'll move to February events. Ms. Deputy Director Tina Donnell. Can you talk a little bit about our February events, how we came together and did some things in February? Ms. Tina, are you on the line?
Can you hear me now?
Okay, we can. Okay.
Okay, so sorry. Yes, I was saying that we had a wonderful February event. We had a pinning ceremony, and we recognized our new 911 director and new deputy director, as well as some of 911 staff, and the graduation of the new EMT class, the new firefighters, and did it all over at our wonderful senior center in Lithia Springs. We all had a nice dinner and enjoyed some good fellowship between departments. It was really nice.
Any questions, Ms. Donnell? Like I said, we had some good fellowship. Food was good, and we're as a result of the COVID numbers going down, we're able to get out more and really spend some time getting to know each other. So we enjoyed that. It was good, and we look forward to doing it next time. Any questions on February events?
I had two. Did we do the Day of Unity? Did that turn out really well? Didn't you attend that last weekend, was it?
Yes, we had a Day of Unity with the DA's office, communications personnel, a lot of the judges and police officers and firefighters came together, and we just did a reflection of unity and unifying our cities and counties, and it went really well. And the weather was nice, and we had a good time, and we gave out some good encouraging thoughts on bringing the community together. So that was great. And also we had a swearing in for our fire chief. That was a awesome time. I'm back to my senses. Thank you, Board of Commissioners and citizens for. I was out of it for a few days, you know. I'm just thankful and appreciative of that. All right. Well, and speaking of events, we are planning something that we'll be sending out information real soon. It's going to be this month, and it's going to be a reflection of our Women's History Month. And we have some special plan, and we'll be doing another swearing in of 3 of our top officials, E911, fire department, and they are all women, they're all leaders, and it's fitting to have something this month for them. So we'll be sending some information out, let everybody know, save the dates. It'll be on the 23rd of March, but when we get, it's fresh off the print press, but we hadn't even had time to get approval from our deputy county administrator yet, so I got to talk to him about it and get his blessings. So we'll be sending something out on that. We're excited about it, but like I say, it's fresh off the print press, and I'm gonna stop talking, so I don't want to spoil the fun we're gonna have with that. So, the next item is the State of Georgia Governor's Public Safety Grant payments. We'd like to officially thank our governor, Governor Kemp, for thinking about responders. They have been very receptive and appreciative of the $1,000 checks. I want to thank the Board of Commissioners for making it happen, spearheading it, and making sure that we had all the resources and stuff we needed to get these checks to our responders. And they have been I had a big box of checks, they're down to about 2 now. I think those people are on military leave. So all the local respondents have come in, got the checks, and I really I gave them out, I gave most of them out because I wanted to talk to them about how they felt about the way things was going in our department. And everybody was real happy with all the things that have been taking place. And it goes into item number 10 as well. The incentives that the Board of Commissioners passed really helped morale. It really put us back in the game, so to speak. You know, we're the benefit package is always great, and with those incentives, I mean, we got people knocking on the doors now, and that's what's causing our numbers to go down as far as increasing our personnel. So we're happy about it. It all goes together, and it all goes with the this month of March. This is a great month. Spring is coming. The sun is shining, and we're happy. And this month we're going to focus on mental health and taking care of each other. We're going to get to know each other. We're going to talk about things that affect us, and we're going to find out about each other's families. We're going to do some things, and we're just excited to be a part of all this. So with that, I'm going to stop talking. Any questions or comments in terms of our other safety grant payments or our Board of Commissioners incentives? If not, we turn it back over to our chairwoman, Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, y'all. This was a great agenda. Should I say thank you for our chief for leading the meeting, and again, Commissioner Guider, who serves as the vice chair and in our entire committee body. So thank you so much. I wanted to just have one question, and I'm certainly asking this question on behalf of the vice chair of this committee. How are we doing with the QRVs, the quick response vehicles? I took the words out of your mouth, Commissioner Guider. Chief, can you answer that? How are we coming with those? I know everything is on back order in the United States, but I'm just asking. You're on mute, Chief.
Thank you, Madam
There you go.
Yes, our QRV, we have secured our PO. We are waiting, they're on back order, but I'm excited that they're going to come in sooner rather than later, because I passed by the graphic place on Fairburn Road and I've seen probably about 8 new police cars there. So I started thinking, I said, it's our time now. We don't have next, we have now. So what I'm going to do is I have a schedule to talk to the person that's in charge of it, the state salesperson, Mr. Burton. I plan on calling him today to find out exactly, could he give us a date on when our vehicles are going to be ready. With the recent rise in our civil things that happen in our nation, in our country, and in other countries, I'm hoping it's not going to put us back towards what we need. So I certainly want to call and find out exactly, and I will update the board. The committee through email to give them a accurate update. And that's on my schedule to call today to find out if they have an actual timeline. But we are getting the people now, and then we definitely need those QRVs to help us fulfill our mission. And speaking of QRVs, Ms. Farmer, can you tell us quickly how those QRVs are going to help our new model? Stacey, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. The QRVs are going to be a huge asset to our response model. And when we look at how our community utilizes 911, they're really going to be able to respond to those high acuity calls or to help us with the lower acuity calls that really need care plan or care management. So we're excited to have them. It's just going to be a matter of the timing and getting the vehicles in.
And lastly, what we're doing is trying to get paramedic only. The paramedic only will be skilled clinicians that can ride those QRVs during our high peak hours and help our citizens. And it gives the other responders opportunity to train on ISO training. And I didn't mention ISO training. We are doing well with ISO training. Deputy Chief Allen, can you tell us about ISO training right quickly? About your personnel, because he's out there in the field with them, make sure they get what they need. And hopefully, Madam Chair, we'll make a few minutes for Chief John Reed. We missed him last time, of course, his mic acting up. He had some words of encouragement he wanted to tell us. Go ahead, Chief.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to make this quick, Chief. Yeah, we are working on our ISO hours constantly. We have set a plan to get all our firefighters trained up on a daily basis with the mixture of emergency calls and other training and other collateral duties. We're mixing all of this in along with pre-fire planning and things of that nature. So we're working on our ISO hours, and we're starting that up for this first quarter, and we're right on track. We're a little behind, but we're right on track for the most part.
Let me just say this also, Chief Allen. Last night we had a fire off of Highway 92, and we ran across a couple of hydrants that were not working properly, and that just helped our personnel out to realize the importance of checking these hydrants and making sure they're ready. And we was able to make the adjustments to take care of everything, but that's why the hydrant testing process is so critical, because they can go out after you test them, but still, I mean, it showed our people the importance of what we do for checking, make sure we have good hydrants working and all. Thank you, Deputy Bell.
Chief, can I can I ask you a question about the hydrants?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, at one point, this was either a year or so ago, we were going to hire personnel to paint the hydrants, and also they had to kind of make sure they were in working order. Do we still have that program going on? Some of them got painted, some of them, a lot of them didn't. So I just wonder where we are on that.
Thank you, Commissioner Guider. I know prior to me coming to the organization, we had, I think, 2 personnel that was working on the hydrants, and those individuals that was actually doing those functions, they found out that they were not really performing like they were supposed to. They was actually, I heard they were going out fishing instead of painting hydrants, but we never could verify that. But what we're doing now is coming out of the pandemic and increasing our numbers in terms of getting more personnel on the vehicles and everything. We're going to be doing some of the painting parts of the hydrants and all. We talked to WSA, and they have a team that go out and does that, but we were just enhancing, helping out. But we will be looking at for the painting of the hydrants. So they are getting inspected, and if we run across any problems, we notify WSA, and they have their technicians go out and do repairs. And that process is going pretty good. When they go out and discover an issue with a hydrant, they come back and report it, and then our personnel we follow up with WSA and make sure the hydrant is working properly. But there are some that we'll have some problems with that we'll find after they've been inspected. So that's what we're looking at, things like that. Somebody may hit one with a vehicle and not report it, and out of having 202 square miles, 200 acres of miles, we find stuff here and there. We are certainly on top of it. Last year, we had 100% on our inspection of the hydrants and everything, so we're happy about that. So we'll be looking at getting that program back started once we get our levels up. But right now, we're not. I know Miss Paula was familiar with that. She knew the people that used to go out, and she told me they worked really hard. So I don't ever know what happened, but we will be starting that program up soon.
Okay. Thank you.
If we can just add that to the radar for the needs of positions dedicated to fire hydrants.
Yes, ma'am.
In a nutshell. Yep. So I'm glad that we were able to adjust last night. And I know Chief Allen, what did we use? A pumper truck? I know just enough to be dangerous. What was on there to get subsidize the water?
Yeah, We had what was called a shuttle operation, where one truck would supply water to another truck, and then as that truck began to deplete its water, we have another truck, and it just goes back and forth until we can get the fire under control. I was out there last night, so it was a pretty good and quick operation. Unfortunately, the homeowner's home was significantly damaged, but he was in good spirits, and he really thanked us for our work, to be honest with you.
Yes, okay, thank you. All right, certainly, we have Mr. John Reed on here. I believe, Chief, you said he wanted to provide a few remarks, and certainly I'm going to yield the floor to him. Mr. Reed, you have the floor.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. I just want to say the fire department right now is doing an excellent job. There's been, since Chief been there over a year now, there's been no firefighters getting hurt, been no other actions taking place. So I think the fire department overall is doing an excellent job. They're moving forward. There are a lot of fire safety issues been addressed, personnel issues been addressed. So I think they're doing an excellent job. Chief, keep up the good work. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you so much, Mr. Reed, for your observation and your positive feedback as we continue to move Douglas County forward. So thank you. Any other remarks from our members of the Fire and EMS Committee? If there are no further comments, guess what? It is now exactly 2:58, and you have the gift of 2 minutes of time. So thank you so much, and have a great day. And we'll see you at our next meeting.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy it.
This meeting